In the late 1950s, European sports cars were considered the benchmark of engineering excellence. American cars at the time were known for raw power but poor handling. No one seriously tried to combine these two worlds. It was precisely in this gap that a future legend was born. The AC Cobra did not appear as the result of corporate planning. It emerged from the personal vision of one man. That man was Carroll Shelby. He was not an engineer, but a racing driver. His idea was simple and daring: to take a lightweight European chassis and install an American V8 engine into it. On paper, it sounded like madness, but on the racetrack it changed the history of motorsport. The creator of the Cobra was born in Texas in 1923. From childhood, he suffered from heart disease. However, this did not prevent him from becoming a professional racing driver. In 1959, he won the 24 Hours of Le Mans. He achieved this victory behind the wheel of an Aston Martin DBR1. That win became the peak of his racing career. Heart problems forced him to retire from racing. However, he did not lose the mindset of a racer. Shelby understood what cars lacked on the track better than anyone else. He knew the difference between theory on paper and real-world stress. This experience became the foundation of the future Cobra. With his bold project, Shelby decided to approach one of the oldest companies in Britain. By the early 1960s, it was producing the AC Ace Roadster. The Ace featured a lightweight aluminum frame and excellent weight distribution. The car was fast, but not effective enough to win major competitions. The main problem was its outdated engine. Bristol stopped supplying engines. AC found itself in a technical dead end. It was at this moment that Shelby appeared. He proposed installing an American Ford engine. The idea seemed risky to the British engineers, but they had no alternatives. The Ace chassis was perfectly suited for experimentation. It weighed less than 900 kilograms. This was critically important for future success. The first Shelby Cobra appeared in 1962. It was fitted with a Ford V8 engine with a displacement of 260 cubic inches. The engine produced more than 260 horsepower. The power-to-weight ratio was revolutionary. The car accelerated to 100 kilometers per hour in less than 5 seconds. For the early 1960s, this was a shock. The chassis had to be urgently reinforced. The torque literally twisted the frame. Engineers added cross members. The suspension was reworked to handle the new loads. The brakes were upgraded with disc mechanisms. The steering became stiffer and sharper. The Cobra demanded respect from its driver. It did not forgive mistakes. The next step was the 289 cubic inch engine. It proved to be more reliable and more powerful. The 289 version became the most balanced. Weight distribution remained manageable. However, Shelby wanted more. This led to the creation of the Cobra 427. It received an engine with a displacement of 7 liters. Power exceeded 425 horsepower. Torque became extreme. The chassis had to be redesigned from scratch. A new tubular frame was used. The suspension switched from leaf springs to coil springs. Physics became the main limitation. The car could break traction at almost any speed. First and foremost, the Shelby Cobra was built for racing. Its main rival was Ferrari. In the early 1960s, Ferrari dominated the GT class. The American team challenged Europe. The Cobra competed in the FIA GT Championship. In 1965, Shelby won the title. It was a blow to Italian prestige. Ferrari lost to an American team for the first time. The Shelby Cobra became an example of extreme dynamics. Its short wheelbase enhanced cornering response. The high concentration of power affected stability. The absence of electronic systems increased risk. Everything depended on the driver's skill. Tires of that era limited the car's potential. The coefficient of grip was lower than modern standards. This made acceleration even more dangerous. Aerodynamics were practically non-existent. At high speeds, lift was generated. The driver felt every change in the road surface. Cobra production lasted only a short time. Fewer than 1,000 cars were built. Stricter environmental regulations played a role. Safety requirements also changed. The Cobra no longer fit the new standards. The project was shut down in the late 1960s, but the legend was only beginning. The car became a collector's treasure. Prices for original examples increased many times over. Each car gained its own history. The Shelby AC Cobra inspired thousands of replicas. It is one of the most copied cars in the world. Distinguishing an original has become increasingly difficult. Shelby officially supported the production of continuation models. They are assembled using original historical blueprints. Modern materials are employed. The Cobra is used in historic racing. It remains competitive. This is a rare case of true mechanical immortality.